Hey guys, Rick Bassman here on the Hannibal TV with Devin Nicholson. Devin, as always, I know you're backstage. Appreciate you. Thank you for putting this together for us. So, Butterbean is one of my best friends on planet Earth. Great guy. He's become like the convention master. And he and I were talking not long ago about, I don't know how it started exactly, but how fun it would be to get a group of guys like the toughest warriors on planet Earth and just put them in a fun setting together where we could vibe with each other, with the fans, and do something great for a weekend. And I don't know who came up with it first, but Butterbean and I are partners, what we call the Combat Icons. We have our next big appearance this weekend in Belton, Texas at the Bell County Comic Con. Supposed to be about 35,000 people each day there. We're super excited about it. That's enough out of me. Let's bring Butterbean on.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? We're gonna have a great time.
Bean, this is super cool, man. Thanks for being my partner. I couldn't do this anybody better than you. It's
I appreciate it, Rick. Yeah, I mean, to bring the icons, even from other sports, we got American Gladiator. We're gonna have some football players. We're gonna have a little bit of everybody, but they got to be rough and tough. If they're not an icon as a gladiator, we don't want them.
And I love that, Bink. If you look at the post that we put together for this, or Johnny Wong, the promoter of Bell County Comic Con, it's like, what do you get when you cross a legendary boxer, one of the hardest core, most famous guys of the WWE superstars, the best known American gladiator, and an MMA icon? You get the combat icons, right? And dude, we've got a hell of a lineup put together for this weekend. So should we quickly bring them on?
Let's do it. I'm excited. I'm getting ahead of Texas here just in a little bit.
One thing I'm really psyched about. So there's a bunch of guys here like Dan Severn, for instance, who I've been friends with for a long, long time. There's one gentleman I've never had the pleasure of meeting and in person, which is weird especially because he's a pro wrestler and I've been in pro wrestling for 30 plus years now. You hear a lot of talk behind the scenes about, if the guys really got to it, who are the legit toughest guys in pro wrestling? And you hear a small group of names. You hear Ming or Haku. He goes by various names. You hear Danny Spivey. This guy, to me, was like the realest they ever came. And he doesn't do appearances. So we got pretty lucky with this one. Let's welcome on the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being there.
Yep, you're right. I haven't done many of these. Like once I left wrestling, I've only done a few of them, and they were years ago. It just started late. My kids are young, focused on them, coaching sports. My daughter plays sports, all that stuff. My son. So I've just been staying busy with that stuff and bail bonds business, MMA school. So I kind of just moved on. Sometimes it's good to see the guys though again.
You're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. The people that come are just so much fun to be around.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like you'll have a good turnout.
It should be good. And Steve, thanks for joining us, man. Not only for this, but especially for this weekend. A lot of people don't actually believe that you're a part of this, so here you are. Good to see you, man.
I know it's funny. It's when you look at some of the guys I wrestle with, they've been doing these things. Not this convention in particular, but you know what I mean. Appearances. It seems like they're every other week for 20 years somewhere.
Yep.
Like I said, I've done a few local ones over in Jersey and places that were close to my house, but that would be about it in the last 20 years.
Well, man, it's gonna be great to have you there. Let's welcome our next guest on. Talk about tough. I think you have to be a special breed of crazy and tough to do the stuff that the American Gladiators did. That was not easy, man. It amazed me that any of those people got through a single season intact. Our next icon joining us is probably the very best known of the American Gladiators, and he went season after season just powering through legions of competitors. Super glad to welcome Dan Clark, otherwise known as Nitro.
Hey, boys. Great to be on. Great to be on with you guys, Rick, Butterbean, Steve. We haven't met yet, but looking forward to hanging with you, especially since I heard you're the recluse. You're coming out. They told me you were coming to hang with me, Nitro, but I guess you're coming to see the wrestlers.
Right. No, it's going to be good to meet you, and it'd be good to see all you guys. Sometimes that's what I miss the most about being on the road, just being around that group of guys. They're all crazy. Everybody's kind of a rare breed, stuff like that. So it's fun to be around.
I tell you, you know what? For me, this is great. Because the one thing, if you're a sporting guy like we all are, we always grew up in sports. We grew up learning to, speak with our hands and our bodies mostly. And, what I miss in my everyday suburban life is the camaraderie, hanging out with the boys. So I am so pumped to go to Bell County this weekend, to go to Comic-Con, not only to meet the, thousands of fans that are coming up, not only, to do that, but also to hang with you guys, man. I'm just, thank you guys so much for inviting me, and I'm so excited to be there.
Our pleasure, man. Super psyched to see you, Dan. It's been a long, long time, my friend, and so great having you part of this group. Now, we talked about Butterbean being a convention master. Well, we have a fellow convention master here, and also a fellow pro wrestler, Steve Blackman. I know you know this next gentleman well, but more so, probably one of the absolute small handfuls of real MMA icons on the history of the planet. None other, and certainly last but not least, Dan the Beast Severn.
Hello, everyone.
There you are, Dan.
You have,
What's
to
up, Dan?
excuse where I'm at. I'm basically out on an island, believe it or not, and there's a storm taking place. So,
No, you didn't get caught in that tsunami, did you?
no, not at all. There's I'm actually up in Michigan, and they were just anticipating a little bit of a windstorm, stuff like that. I normally would be out on my front porch, and I could have did a little panoramic view, and you guys could see all the beautiful water and surroundings. But it's like, well, now I'm just in one of the little bedrooms, just here, just doing the best I can.
Dan, I have to say, to me, you're kind of like, not the age, but you're kind of like the Hulk Hogan to me, not, of MMA fighting, man. And I really excited to meet you. I watched so many of your matches, man, and you were just, tough as nails. So you're another dude I'm looking to hang out with, even though if I can't see, but you're like in some glamping cabin or something.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just in a little cottage. It's on an island. That's all it is. So
I would expect you to be like Ted
episodes.
Nugent. You'd be like out there getting stuff with your bow, eating like big chunks of meat, and you're here glamping.
Well, yeah. It's I do some fishing, but mine's pretty easy because the fish are so used to me going out there with a little bread crust, going out there, tossing it out there. Literally, just hit it with a net, and I can pick up one or two fish. But I do that to thrill my grandkids. So yeah.
Dan, is that your main residence?
No.
I'm just messing with you.
No, just no, just a little summer cottage is what it is. But it's like about an hour and a half from Coldwater, where I have my training facility. Then I have my other property out in Arizona. So it's like, I have the best of both worlds. I get to wear shorts and t-shirts on a year-round basis.
You know what else, though, Rick? What's cool, other than all of us be able to get to meet each other and hang out and have a good time? The people that are coming to the Comic-Con, this is a chance of a lifetime to get a picture of all of us together as a group. That's the coolest part.
Yeah,
It could be a hell of a group. And I know that the promoter, Johnny Wong, a great guy, by the way, and former Ninja Turtle, who's going to join us in just a couple minutes here. I know Johnny has made some special merchandise, some posters and some T-shirts that feature all four of you guys together. That'll be super cool to see that.
And it feels like it's like the first time ever you have so many guys. Am I right, Rick? And being from different aspects, a guy. But I think one thing we all had in common, we all wore spandex. We all wore tights, right?
I don't know. I may be wearing something else.
Yeah, I think there was a movie called Get in Tights. Yeah, there you go.
No. So I didn't mean we're wearing that there. I meant that we wore that one time in our lifetime. Look, I learned a long time ago that spandex is a privilege, not a right. And I think I lost that right a few years ago when I started to lose the hair.
It'll be, and this is like a perfect opportunity for you and I to call Nitro later and go, we talked afterwards, and everybody is going to wear spandex after all. But Nitro is the only one we tell this to, though. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's funny.
All right. Cool. Oh man, good stuff. Now I know everyone's like on limited time tonight, so we're rushing through this. Real quickly before Johnny joins us here in a minute. Is there like anything like really particular going on in your lives that you want to talk about or promote real quickly? Mr. Severn, anything on your mind you want to get out there?
Well, I'll just simply say if the folks come out to the event, I'll be bringing with me two of the most prestigious belts in the world. I'll have one from the UFC and I have one from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So I have the NWA belt with me, and then I'll also have the UFC belt. So again, that's a chance to see again the biggest merger I think in history was the unification with WWE and the UFC.
That's such a great unification. So cool.
I
Yeah,
love
Dan,
it.
I was at the last convention when you had both those belts together. It's just definitely a special thing for sure.
How much do those belts weigh? Can I just jump in and ask that question?
You know, I mean, they don't weigh that much. I mean, it probably, I don't know, let's say maybe 7-8 pounds a piece.
That's still something.
One plate, and then you got it's got nice leather there to it. So it's something that I used to say that I had so many belts that I should be setting up like a weekend belt rentals for people that want to be weekend warriors, be tough guys at the bar, So
Yeah. Let me ask you
Dan,
another
just
question.
stop wearing that thing through the airport. He wears it through the airport and says it's because it puts his bag overweight.
Now, do you ever
rest assured, I might have to if it does.
Yeah, is it one of those things, like I just went and watched, Superman recently, and he puts on that cape and it's his alter ego. Is that belt, because we didn't have belts, right? We just kicked ass on regular, normal people. We were kind of advantaged where we were the bigger, stronger guys. It wasn't,
No, y'all
what
just
you
picked
guys
on
did.
everyday people, just beat the crap out of them. I love it.
It was good fun.
That was a while
Funny
ago.
story is the first third and American Gladiators is coming back. One, Amazon's doing it, but number two, if you want to see the old episodes of American Gladiator, you can go on to Amazon Prime. I think they have the first 6 seasons. So whoever's coming to Bell County, if they want to see how we did it back in the day, you can see that. Or if you got Netflix. I recently did a documentary series called Muscles and Mayhem. That's on Netflix, and it's the unauthorized, because I told the story along with my castmates, unauthorized story of the American Gladiator. So that's also a lot of fun. But my question, Dan, is before I ask, is when you put that belt on, do you ever put it on? Does it make you feel different? Does it make you feel, like some of that power from back in the day?
No, I only ever put the belt on the night that I won it, and I have never put on the belt on probably again, unless I did maybe a picture. I had to go to a studio that I'm going to get some pictures made, but I'll bet I haven't had any of the belts on, and who knows, probably at least a decade or two.
Interesting.
Steve, did you hold on to that hardcore title, or did you hand it back?
No, those all got handed back.
That I have to ask. Again, we haven't met before. I've been in this business forever, so there's very little fan left in me at this point. But I am kind of a fan here, so I have to ask who. And the wrestling fans will want to know who are some of the toughest guys, legit, you got in the ring with at WWF.
I said recently. There's a lot of tough guys in there. There's a lot of ex-collegiate wrestlers, a lot of ex-football players, college and pro stuff. There's a lot of big athletic guys in there. So, that list is long on guys I think that are, a lot of tough guys with so many of them, with those backgrounds. You can go down the list. Most guys in there, like if there's a problem and you confront them, most of them, 90% of them are going to stand up. Whether they think they're going to get their butt kicked or not, they're still going to go. There's not many punks in that business.
True.
So that's one thing I like about being around a lot of those guys. Are just like I said. That's just kind of the mentality, But obviously, even when you look at Farouk played football in college. Kane played football in college. Taker played sports. Austin played football. Plus all the amateur wrestlers with Angle. The list is endless of athletic guys in there. So I don't want to just single a few out because I'd probably have to name about 25 of them.
Fair enough, and well said. Certainly, yeah. People that haven't been in a wrestling ring before don't really have an appreciation for just how damn hard it is. So, bless you guys for doing what you did. Not easy. Bean, you're getting ready to hit the road. You're driving to Texas, aren't you?
I am driving to Texas. I'm going to bring the most awesome setup for us. to, take pictures with people with. The backdrop's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun. Honestly, if you've never been to one, if you've never been to a Comic-Con, and you're close to Belton, Texas, you got to come. And you get to see the icons there.
This is
Something I do got coming up, Rick. I've been training for a fight. I was in real bad shape for a while. And I hooked up with a Lucky Energy drink. And it was kind of a freak thing that how it happened is I bought the drink. I really liked it. I did a TikTok about it. And the owner of the company seen my comeback story. And he said, I'm going to help you get a fight. And Jake Paul, we're coming for you, buddy.
Nice one. Yeah.
Oh, that's the plan.
He's acknowledged that, Butterbean. By the way, I've seen Jake Paul acknowledge that lately.
But the best thing about the Lucky Energy drink is healthy for you. It's not got all the bad stuff, and it tastes great. And they made a Butterbean flavor.
Let's see it because it's not facing the camera, Bean.
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll get one.
Okay. Hey, Hannibal, pop back on for a second, man.
It might be in a cool look.
But yeah, Jake Paul, he was on Rampage Jackson's podcast, and it came up about the Butterbean challenge.
Right there, then.
Right on.
So, I don't know
Hannibal,
if he's aware about
you have anything for the boys while you're on here?
There was a couple of questions. People wanted to know if Blackman and Butterbean have any plans to write a book.
Derek, do you want to go first or do you want me to go?
Go ahead.
I had considered it numerous times. I even started writing it many times. And it wasn't bad mouthing anybody. I don't do that crap. It was mainly just telling all the crazy stories on the road. I mean, like crazy stories going all the way back to Calgary days and stuff. I have hundreds of them. I think even people that weren't wrestling fans would find it amusing, plus all the other crazy things in life and stuff like that. Talked to one book company and they're like, was this a tell-all book? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, tell-all, like, well, did so-and-so do this? Did so-and-so do that? I'm like, dude, I want a different book. I'm not writing a book to telling anybody about anything.
Right.
But, I could go to another company. I haven't completed it, but I actually spent some time writing page after page on some of that crazy stuff so I wouldn't forget it.
Could you give us an example of one of those crazy stories? Because there's a lot of Canadian fans on here if you have one of the Calgary.
Oh, I have tons. All right. I'll tell you this one because when I was in Japan with Owen's one of the biggest ribbers on the planet. I don't know what floor we were on, the hotel, 7th or 8th. There was a smaller hotel away from Tokyo. Owen grabbed one of the fire extinguishers, and when he went to set it off in the hall being silly, the handle stuck and it discharged all the contents. It was one of those extinguishers that takes the oxygen out of the air. Well, I couldn't breathe in my room. Fortunately, each room had a little window because it was like the hotels, the farther you get from Tokyo, the smaller they are and stuff. And anyway, I went and stuck my head out the window. When I looked down, we're on like the 7th floor. All you could see was a whole row of Japanese heads sticking out their windows, all gasping for air. So I get my breath back. I go running out in the hall, and all I see are Owen's footprints going back to his room. So I call over there. I'm like, Owen, your footprints are leading back to your room. You hear him come out, coughing, gagging, towel over his face. I open my door. He's running down the hall, smacking his footprints away with his towel, sprints in his room just before all the security came off. And the entire hallway was filled with that whole contents from the extinguisher. But it's just crazy stuff that those guys do all the time. It's like, that's just a mild one, kind of comical from him doing it, but I could just go on and on.
There's a fan wanting to know if you have a bounty hunter crazy story because you mentioned that you do bail bonds now.
Oh, well, here's one. Like, I'll have guys pretend to be girls online sometimes, and these guys, deep down they're thinking, is this a setup because they're wanted? Sure enough, it took about 7 days for this one guy to send a picture of a girl, act like he was her. We got the guy to come and meet us. He saw me coming around the corner and took off running. I started chasing him, caught him a couple blocks away, and I grabbed him. And he's like, I knew it. He goes, I knew it, and I still came. And it's just comical. These guys still fall for anything like that. If they think it's like a girl, they're waiting for him. He can only hold off for 7 days.
He still came, no pun intended.
What's that?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Oh, I got you.
Here it is, Rick.
Butterbean, look at that. Butterbean and knockout punch. That's pretty sweet.
They did a real good job on it.
That's the
Hey,
last
you
thing.
gonna
Someone's wondering if any of you have Hogan's story since he just passed away last week, a week ago tomorrow.
Well, me and Rick both spent a month with him doing a Hulk Hogan Celebrity Wrestling, and one of the things I wish I had that they never did give me, Hogan was showing me how to put somebody up to body slam them, and I had him up over my head. Oh man, I'd pay a ton of money for that picture. He so easy to get him up, and he's not a little guy, but it's the talent that he had to be able to do that, to help somebody that really didn't know how to do it, to make them to be able to do it so easily. Just amazing.
Getting light, as we call it. Yeah. Hannibal, say what you will about Hulk. Butterbean and I, as he's mentioned, we're on that Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling. I produced that series with Hulk and with Bischoff, so we worked very closely together for a period of months. Hulk was going through a very challenging time in his life. He was going through a very public and messy divorce. His son, Nick, was in jail for the vehicular manslaughter. There was a lot of weight on his shoulders at that time, and he handled himself, in my opinion, through the entire series, like with just grace and humility, man. He was pleasant. He withdrew a little bit. He left it to us because he was caught up in those worlds. But he was just he was an easy guy to get along with. I don't know him well, but my experience of him has always been positive personally.
Same here.
Just curious, what made you ask about writing a book? What made that topic come up, or is that just
a fan was asking? There's fans watching this on the side, and they wanted to know about you or Butterbean wanting to write a book.
Just curious. Dan, did you do one already?
I've got one out, and I've got another one in the process.
I thought you might have already.
Yeah.
And
there's
Dan,
also there's a fan wanting to know if you would ever go to AEW, Steve, to manage a group of martial arts wrestlers.
I mean,
that's a good concept.
I don't know if that would be a possibility, but I'd consider it.
And then being a Nitro Books.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually. I got a lot of stories. Some I don't want to tell nobody, but I'm gonna let it go out in the book.
Yeah, so I don't want to say some of the crazy. I'm just trying to say some comical things, but I get it. You don't want to just disclose it all now.
No, it's not about other people. It's more about me. The crazy life things that happen, and unbelievable stuff's happened for me.
Right.
I've been blessed. I'll be honest with you. It's just to be able to do shows like this and to hang out with guys that, it's almost a new friendship I got with guys, just like y'all do when y'all wrestling. You're with each other so much, but when you do the shows, you meet a lot of the same people over and over at different shows, and it's a lot of fun.
Hey, speaking of shows, I know you guys are all on limited time, and you'd have to go soon. But we have one more guest we want to welcome on. Devin, do we have him backstage yet?
He's not backstage yet. I think it's Steve that has to go first. By the way.
Okay.
But
we want to bring him on with everybody here.
Yeah, he's. Oh, yeah, he is. He's just further down. Sorry, I've never had this many people on. He's
right, hold on, Devin. Not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
Sorry.
Introductions, man. Come on. You know better. You're a better producer than I am, dude. All right. So, again, Bean does a lot of these conventions. Dan Severn does a lot of these conventions. You can see the best and the worst of the way businesses are run when you go to these things. This convention we're going to this weekend, the Bell County Comic-Con, has been about probably the most organized one I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of. And that's in no small part, wholly in part to its organizer, who himself was a convention star as one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's now the owner and promoter of the Bell County Comic-Con. And let's welcome Johnny Wong.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how are you?
Wow, I feel like I'm at Comic-Con already, sitting around a bunch of legends. This is cool.
We're going to have a lot of fun this weekend.
Mr. Butterbean, Steve Blackman.
How are you?
Dan Severn, Dan Nitro, Clark. Howdy, sir. Gentlemen. Rick, hey, I see you there.
Hey, yeah, it's a good group we've got assembled for Texas, Johnny. What can we expect to happen in Belton, Texas this weekend?
Well, we're going to roll out the red carpet for you guys, as we do for all of our guests. when you guys come to the Cadence Bank Center here in Belton, Texas, you guys are part of our Comic-Con family, whether you like it or not. So we're going to have 35 to 40,000 people waiting for you guys. So I hope you got ice packs for your wrists, lots of Sharpies, probably we'll have tea and water and beverages for you guys. Probably a lot of talking, a lot of photos. Bring comfortable shoes. Those are all pro tips. Bean knows me and him met at a show together. I think we were neighbors.
Exactly. I think you helped with that show, and it was a really smooth show. But this one, I think's on top of it. You got everything. I mean, it's great for the fans, that's for sure. Because the people you got coming in are amazing.
Yeah, we have Fort Hood, which is one of the largest Army base in the free world, and arguably, I think it is the largest Army base in Texas. And I went on base, and I was surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of soldiers. Tell me how excited to meet. They were all excited to meet each and every one of you guys. So we're hyped up. We're ready. We got keys to the castle this morning at the venue. My team has been here from 7 a.m. till current. They're still here. And we're hoping to wrap up by midnight, but we're here until the job is done. So we're ready for you guys.
See, I don't know. Like a lot of the guys don't like understand a lot of the excitement I get out of the show. I had a kid come up to me at the show, and he stood at my table, and he goes, "I ain't got no money, but can I just shake your hand?" So I go, "Sure, that's not no problem." So I shook his hand, met him, talked to him for a minute. He was probably 13, 14. And like 3 or 4 minutes later, look, he's at the end of the table, just got tears running on his face. I'm thinking something's wrong with him, that he's got lost, or I didn't have a clue. I go, "Come here, what's the matter?" He goes, "I just never thought I'd get to meet you." And I'm telling you, I mean, the joy that brought me, it's just like these shows are so worth doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes, we forget the unique experience we've had, all of us as icons. And we've gotten more into our daily life. We're dads, we're friends, we're brothers, we're whatever we are.
Grandpas.
And grandpas. And when you go here, you really get a chance when you go to these Comic Cons to meet people, and you really get a chance to see what you meant for their life, what you meant to them growing up, how you inspired them. And I'm with Bean. I love going to these things. I love meeting people. I love hearing their stories. I love hearing how American Gladiators connected people. We were a kind of show where families would watch together. I've had so many people come up to say, "Hey, that was the one thing that I used to do with my dad."
Like they're and their dad did together.
Yeah, that's
that
right,
was
Bean.
my favorite show in the live action show in the 80s. I want to say that was like the predecessor to like Ninja Warriors. When I watched American Gladiators, I was like, man, I want to dress up like a Ninja Turtle, run through that gauntlet. And I was like,
Johnny,
dude.
90s.
Oh, I mean 90s. Sorry,
90s.
Is that what Gladiators was?
The 90s.
Johnny, that sounds like a bad idea, running through that gauntlet as a Ninja Turtle. That may have not turned out so well, but who knows, right?
It would go viral on TikTok, though.
That's funny.
I think it would.
Hey, Johnny, did you ever run across Ernie Reyes Jr.?
Oh, all the time. Ernie is he's like a brother to me. Yeah.
He's a great kid, great martial artist, by the way, too. His dad owned a studio in San Francisco, and he was the young star kid of Turtles, right? In the back of the day.
Yes, he was. He played. Not only did he play Donatello in the original movie, he was in the suit. So that suit was freaking heavy, and then he played the pizza guy in the second movie. So yep. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Pino was the character's name.
Johnny, we have a fan question coming in. They saw your shirt. They want to know if they're not in Texas, they're not going to make it there this weekend. Can they get that shirt somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be available on merchbaby.com. Probably 2 weeks from after Comic-Con, after Belgium.
Merch. Okay, we'll post that then. Can you show us that shirt again? We're never going to get to see it.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
That's nice. Hey, look, guys, I just feel really honored to be on there with you guys, man. I really do. I'm very humbled by that.
Like I say, we're looking at we're going to get to have fun and we're going to get to hang out. As excited as we are about this, the people that are buying tickets to come in are more excited than we are, believe it or not. That's what even makes it even better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wait until you guys see the lines. We do a really good job getting everybody checked into the building quickly. Nothing worse than being cooked outside in Texas. So, of course, that won't happen to you guys. We'll keep you guys in air conditioning, transportation, and everything. We'll move you guys around. But once you guys get inside, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The energy is so good. You know, like it's one of those things I explain to people. Like, have you ever been somewhere and you see somebody that you really don't like, and that gives that negative energy? It's opposite. It's like when you see your best friend, haven't seen them for like 3 months, you see them, it's like a good feeling. Just imagine seeing that 35 to 40,000 times for the weekend. It's something else, you know.
Yeah. Look, guys, I got to jump, as you guys know, but I'm going to tell you asked for Hulk Hogan stories. I have 2 Hulk Hogan stories. When I was a young guy, maybe 18 years old, wrestling came to, my conventions area. I went and saw it. I was going through a back area with one buddy of mine, and I guess we were kind of in the area where the wrestlers are going to stage or something. And it was just me and my buddy, Greg Early, and Hulk Hogan walks by, dressed, and we were just like, oh my God, we just met God. So we just met this guy, and it was something that always inspired me, and maybe the reason I became a gladiator. That's one. And then everything in life sometimes comes full circle. When the Gladiators was revamped, they chose Hulk Hogan as the host. I was one of the producers on that, so I got to work with him. And the first time I got to work with him, just you guys met him. He's the same guy you see on camera, nice but personable. And he was telling me about, brother, I'm going through a hard time, and I'm reading this book. It's really good. And I don't know what he's going to say. And I said, well, what's the book? And he's like, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And I was just so blown away that this big, massive man was reading that book, The Secret. And I think I even grew more fond of him after working with him for that year.
Awesome.
I got to jump, guys. I look forward to seeing
Hey, we'll
everybody.
see you.
See you
Being
Saturday
everybody, I
in
look forward to
Texas,
meeting you
Nitro.
guys.
All right, good seeing
I
you
got
guys.
I got a Hulk Hogan story too before I jump, because I gotta head to Texas. I'm gonna be leaving here in the next hour, headed that way.
Yep.
So me personally, I have a hard time getting through airports because a lot of people recognize me, stop me. Me and Hogan run into each other at the airport. And you think it's hard to get to an airport by yourself? When you got somebody like Hogan with you, you don't go. It's like, it was madhouse. It was crazy.
That's quite a pair, Hulk Hogan and Butterbean. I can imagine.
Hey, guys, I do have to go, though.
Could
And
you
I'm looking
answer
forward to
one
seeing everybody
question,
there.
Butterbean? Butterbean, someone just wants to know if you still talk to Bart Gunn at all, and if you could update us on how he's doing before you leave.
Bart is doing amazing. I talked to him less than a month ago. Really good guy. I mean, he's doing really well with life. I mean, he's enjoying life. Matter of fact, I'm gonna twist Rick, and I don't think I gotta twist him much. We're gonna have Bart at one of the shows pretty soon.
Well, let's give them a quick preview. Way up on the next WrestleCon in Las Vegas in April, the Combat Icons is going to be Butterbean and Bart Gunn together, Haku, and we haven't got to invite Mr. Severn or Mr. Blackman yet, but we will. Should be a hell of a group.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. But I'm excited about this weekend a lot, and I'll see y'all pretty soon. I gotta head out here in a little bit. Y'all have a great evening, and hey, come check us out at the con.
Drive safe, Bean. And Steve, you have to jump as well, don't you?
Yeah, I actually just pulled in my driveway. I picked my son up at football, so that's why I didn't say much the last 5 minutes. I was just driving home. But yeah, I'm going to have to bolt in a minute. But hey, it's good talking to all you guys. I look forward to seeing all of you in person. And, it sounds like we'll have a good turnout. So it should be fun.
Steve, there's just one question a fan wanted to know. You're known as such a tough guy. Do you have any fear at all? Is there anything out there that scares you?
You mean anything at all? Anything besides a person, or?
Yeah, either a person, or obviously it might not be a person with your reputation, but are you afraid of anything, doing the bounty hunter job and being involved in such dangerous situations in your life?
I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, like, as far as a person, no. Just like Dan would say no as well. Ken would say no and stuff. I don't look at things like I don't think I'm afraid of anything like that. It's just more, since I've had kids, you just kind of think and be a little more cautious on some of the crazy things you would do. I can't sit here and say I'm afraid of it. Just more cautious, I guess. You know, try not to, you know, because of my kids and stuff. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, man, great to meet you finally, in kind of in person here, and look forward to seeing you in Texas. Thanks again for joining us. I know it's like a really rare thing that you get out, and I appreciate that you're doing that with us, Steve.
Yeah.
Nope.
Take care, Steve. I look forward to talking to you.
Yep.
John Wong, let me just jump in real quick. I got to tell you at least a Teenage Mutant Ninja story here right now.
All right.
That my oldest son at the time, just a little kid, and he was really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was kind of excited because WWF had just come out with a Dan Severn action figure. So I tear it out of the box, and before he came down for his breakfast, I put a pile of toys, action figures on the kitchen table there. So I'm just mixing the pile. So I come on down, he's eating his whatever Cheerios, something like this, and he's playing Crash Bang Boom and eating Cheerios, stuff like that. And I'm like, when I'm going, I go, well, I see Donatello, I see Michelangelo. I go, but who's this one right here? And he's looking at it. He goes, I don't know. And I hold it right up the next man. I go, it doesn't look like anybody you know at all. He looks at me for a moment. He looks back over at the action figure. Goes, nope. So it just, I got shot down by a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure.
Oh man. Well, it's when you live with the legend, it's kids and parents, people ask me like, how does your family feel about you being a turtle? I was like, I don't think they care. It's like, they don't care.
You were just dad. That's all. I mean, that's all I was. They didn't know. When I kept going off on my weekend type jaunts, I mean, I was just happy when I finally got back home. And it's kind of going, that is my alter ego life over here. And when I'm home, I'm a different person. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Johnny, I probably have the most important, serious question that can ever be asked on this show. And it's this: who would win in a fight? The Michelangelo action figure or the Dan the Beast Severn action figure?
Oh, I just upon my experience, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure would win because it got blown out of the water by my own son.
Oh well.
Well, it depends on what they do. I don't know if you take away Michelangelo's nunchucks, ninjutsu, it's not designed to fight in a cage, especially against a not only a champion but two-time champion, or in the octagon especially. And with Ninja Turtles, they really teach about teamwork and working together with your brothers. Whereas Mikey's strong suit one-on-one. The more important, probably the question should be asked: would it be like the tough guy or the leader, like Raphael versus Dan Severn? But Mikey, he's a fighter and a lover. He loves his brothers and he likes to fight over the pizza. So, that's kind of what it is.
Great answer. Great answer. Oh,
well,
man.
gentlemen, I think
Dan, someone just wants to know if wrestling's more taxing on your body than UFC. I know you have a very unique perspective on that.
Very strong opinion on that. That I would say that professional wrestling, I got hurt far worse in my professional wrestling career than I ever did in all of my cage fights combined, because in a cage fight, all you gotta do is go out there and get results. Now, again, I've lost matches there too. Didn't get quite the results I was looking for, but in professional wrestling, you have to trust another individual to control your body. And I've seen a lot of things happen to where guys just stop honing their skills, or they might be lathering themselves up with like lotion because it makes the muscles glisten that much more, and just things go wrong. And that's, I'll just say that I always say professional wrestling was tougher on me than it was doing the mixed martial arts.
I would completely agree with that, Dan. Having trained in them both, and think about the very premise of pro wrestling, right? A bump. I mean, how many human beings do you guys know that have ever purposefully and willfully thrown their entire body back first onto a piece of wood? Yeah. Probably not many, right? It's called a bump. Imagine doing that night after night after night, year round, multiple times a night for 20 years plus, And that's just the basics. Then you get into all the rest that comes with it. Dan, to me, I know training for a fight is hard, especially when you're in camp and you're getting ready to go. But to me, nothing equals what the pro wrestler puts their body through.
Yeah.
Just
No, Rick, I totally agree with you. It's far more taxing on the body than mixed martial arts could ever think it to be.
Dan, there's just another very unique question here. You apparently amateur wrestled Buzz Sawyer, who was known as a very crazy and tough guy in pro wrestling. Could you tell us that story of facing him?
I amateur wrestled?
Apparently, you amateur wrestled him in the semifinal of the national tournament.
Well,
maybe you didn't even know because maybe he was going by his real name then. But
Dan's also had 1,000+ matches in his career.
Yeah,
you remember
yeah. When you think about the amateur wrestling career, it's like all I guess I remember all the losses. Those are vividly etched in my mind. So that one does not. That name doesn't come to my mind.
Bruce Allen Woyan was his name.
Bruce Allen Williams, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another victim.
Yeah, obviously, you probably made short work of him.
Hey, Devin, what are the chances of an impromptu Hannibal sighting in Belton, Texas this weekend?
I've been to Belton before, actually. I've actually ridden a bull there at the Bad Dog Rodeo company that they have there when I was in Texas.
A mechanical bull or a real live bull?
A real bull.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I rode a bull there once.
No, it's
a cowboy town.
Yeah, nice. Well, gentlemen, I need to jump off here. So, Mrs. Beast says so. Okay.
There you go. That's the only person you're afraid of.
Exactly. I always tell people I'm smarter than I look.
Buzz came in third place, by the way, Bidan. Some of the fans following it up. That guy got third place that you didn't remember.
Okay. Take care.
See you Saturday, Dan.
You know the guy's tough when he doesn't even remember beating Buzz Sawyer.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. Well, Johnny, I just wanted to thank you again, man. It's been a great experience working with you and your team. Super organized, super pleasant. You've worked with my team, and I want to give them a shout out here, Josh Waldrop and Odera Oganaway. And I hope you've had just a great experience with them as we have with you guys. I think you have. And we're looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We're going to have a great
likewise. Weekend. Yeah, likewise. And Hannibal's always invited as well. If he can make a trip, we'll make room for him to join us.
Devin, come hang out with us, man. Hannibal, you hear that?
Maybe next year, but I appreciate the invite.
Anytime. Yep.
Great to see you guys. Thank you both.
Seeing you, Rick.
Hannibal, thanks for hosting, man. Appreciate you as always, my friend.
No problem. I'll let you wrap this up. Nice meeting you.
Good meeting you guys.
So Johnny's gone, but this weekend, he's back. This weekend, I know where he's gone. This weekend in Belton, Texas, the Bell County Comic-Con. If you happen to be nearby, come out, and there it is, bellcountycomiccon.com. Come out and meet the Combat Icons, one of the top guys each from the American Gladiators, pro wrestling, mixed martial arts, and boxing. Hell of a group. I'm super psyched. Thank you, Johnny, for putting this together, the Comic-Con. Thank you, Hannibal, for having us on. Rick Bassman signing off. Have a good night, everybody.